Okay, so we're travelling 16 nights and going around up to Uluru and Kings Canyon, and this is day 2. We've gone from Mildura to Broken Hill. We got in late last night to Mildura, and Steve's going to fly the drone and we're going to see what footage we can get. The van's open. Let's have a look-sees. We've seen emus and we've seen plenty of goats. It's Goat City out here, but we're in the middle of nowhere and I'll show you. Don't scare them. But over there is some emus and there's a baby emu set up. So this is our first big trip with the new van and car. So it's quite exciting. But we're literally in the middle of nowhere. Oh, here comes a car. There you go, Jax. Okay, so we're here at Petersburg at the Steamtown Heritage Rail. We've come. So we're sort of tracking around. We're not really in a hurry, but we want to get to Port Augusta because Steve wants to go to some place that's a little bit away from there. So we'll go set up and see how we go for time. If not, we'll do it on the way back. But this is where we're at. And it is freezing. Like, I have my beanie on because it's that cold. But naturally I just feel the cold anyway. It's pretty cool. So it's a museum and we're going to go in, take the boys in, and I'll do some extra videotaping while we're in there. So we've come into the Diesel Museum. We couldn't do the guided tour, it's an hour and a half, but we really need to just sort of come in and take the kids down to see the trains. There's a lot of stuff here, so it's pretty cool. So apparently this is a single sleeper, and the lady was saying it's very claustrophobic in there. And then you can go up there, see? Oh, here we go. This is a sleeping car. Let's go. My knee gives me grief. Must be a toilet, is it? Yep, the toilet. Oh, interesting.
What the hell? I was going to get a picture, but my screen's just black.
Okay, train number 2 to get to go in is this old mate thing. That's pretty cool. One sits forward, one sits back, obviously. So this is the steam one. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I can see out and down by there. That's pretty cool. Taxi boys over there. Okay, so that's finished for that. That was like 40 minutes. We did not do the tour because it's an hour and a half. And we just don't have an hour and a half to spare. We want to get into Port Augusta. But definitely worth a look if you like trains, especially if your kids like the trains. Okay, so we're on day 5 and we've gone to Port Augusta, stayed there the night. I didn't tape there because we got in late and just had pizzas. We just stayed one night. Now we're on our way to Coober Pedy. We are stopping at a place called Uluru, isn't it? Uluru. And then going further up. This is so far. Lake Hart, that's where we're going. But this is the... actually meant to stay 2 nights in Port Augusta, but we changed that to do 2 in Coober Pedy. We're staying at a place called Reba's Underground Camping, so that should be good. We'll do a tour of the mine there, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll continue taping when we get to the next stop. Okay, this is our turn off for this Woomera, whatever it is.
Woomera, it's not fucking
Woomera, that's it, Woomera. Andamuka Opal Fields. Rocket parks down there. Okay, so we're in Woomera, and I think it's like a rocket thing. It's a RAF base, or they got something for RAF, but it's pretty decent. Nothing's open. There's nothing open. But we can just walk around and The boys want to have a look around. It's closed.
This week. Only this week.
Oh, that sucks.
Staff unavailable. That explains why no one's here. I'm pretty sure, Dad, it drops those, you know, these small ones, right? I'm pretty sure when they fly, they drop them as extra rockets.
They do. It flies up.
Sea slug, right?
Pretty cool. Oh. It's a bit cold, a bit fresh. I wore shorts when we left. It was 18 or 19, so it's a bit colder here. So this is in the Woomera Convenience Centre. It has like a full bowling alley here, probably 6 lanes. But it's got like a display. And then a convenience store and a museum. So we'll check that out while we're here.
This is also a covered for this flight.
Vietnam. Oh mate, he talks to anyone. Okay, for those of us who don't know us, we actually have a 10-pin bowling business in the pro shop, and our best mate owns a bowl in Wodonga. So this is what a country in the middle of nowhere bowl is like. It's pretty cool. 6 lanes.
What the hell? The print is going off.
Is it pretty dirty?
They've even got trophies for out here. One team is called, Steve, one team is called Nomads.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So we're obviously still in Woomera. This is the other side from where we parked our car and van. And Steve's doing the photos while I do the vids, so... Hmm. Tyres flat on that one.
It's the petrol supersonic targeting rocket.
They look the same, but they're not.
Petrol supersonic targeting rocket.
That's cool.
It's a whole bit of a rocket ship.
That's a rocket. That's an attacking rocket.
Good morning all. So we actually arrived at Reba's underground camping yesterday afternoon about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I literally got in and I just made spag bowl for tea because we had a 7 o'clock tour, a mine tour, and it was pretty much how to become a miner. So I'll give you a quick look around, but this is where we're staying. So the campground's pretty cool. We're actually in a mine. There is no water, but there is power, so you're pretty much running off our tanks, and I didn't realise that, so we've only got 1 tank of water, but that's alright. We will fill up tomorrow when we leave to go to to Eldundra. But these were our sites, so we're actually staying here for 2 nights, and then on the way home again, we'll stay in for 1 night. But it's pretty cool. So behind there they've got underground camping, and the mine is just up there, so we actually went underground last night. So yes, but there's our setup. So Steve was parked obviously here, but he parked at the back being such a big car because these guys left this morning at 8 and they couldn't get out, so he did the right thing and moved out the back.
I'll run the cunt over and eat it.
So we're actually at Kanku Breakaways Conservation Park, and it's unbelievable. I'll show you. We've just come to the top. Steve's going to see about bringing his drone up, but it's awesome. We are so lucky. day 7 of being on the road, and today we're travelling from Kupapiti to Eldunda. We'll probably stop in Marla and refuel up. It was actually pretty good. We had a day in at Kupapiti yesterday and just did a couple of mine tours, and we went out to Breakaways Conservation Reserve, the park, and that was really nice. There is absolutely nothing appealing out on this road today. It is very barren. So, but yeah. Okay, so we're just pulling into Marla Roadhouse. Quite a few vans here. Okay, so today's adventure is from Eldunda to Uluru, or as Steve calls it, Ayers Rock.
That's its name.
So we're hoping to check in, set up, and then we'll probably head out to the Olgas. So I'll get some footage of that today. I didn't get much footage yesterday because we sort of just went to Eldunda and set up, rode the scooter, the kids fed the emus and the camel, had a nice sunset, and then we sort of just had an early night around the fire, so there wasn't really much yesterday, but today should be a good day. Okay, so we've just pulled off on the side of the road on Lassiter Highway, and we've stopped because we have hit Mount Connor, and that's Mount Connor there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I got my big camera out to take some photos. Hopefully I can get closer to it, but I'm not sure. So we're literally, Steve's gone walkabout, and we're just in a pull off on the side of Lassiter Highway. But it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Alright, so we stopped to look at Mount Connor, or whatever the fuck it's called. And then I made Tanya walk up this hill that she didn't want to, so she could see this. Lake Aussie Traveller, I'm pretty sure it's called. I actually really don't know what it's called, but I'm just making it up. What do you think, Mouth? Oh my god, your hair matches the ground.
Shut up, you.
Have a look.
We need to take...
It blends in, it looks like you're bald.
How good would it be if we drove the car out there and I take a photo? But then I'd have to walk back to you. Okay, so we've just arrived at the Ayers Rock Resort in Uluru. We saw Ayers Rock on the way. It's massive, so looks pretty good actually. So let's see how we go.
It's like Mount Macedon.
Not.